Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on another episode of my little humble podcast called Brooklyn Baritones Podcast. It's a beautiful day, as you can see, for everyone who's watching on the video, but you know what? Anytime you guys decide to join me on this morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, late at night, it doesn't matter. Of course, I appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens. Of course, I think I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe notification bell and the like button on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone, but do that if you want to. No pressure whatsoever. I'm just trying to get the algorithm to swing in my favor. A lot of my equipment, my PC equipment that I usually use is more mobile. And the reason I'm going to talk about this is because I usually gravitate to an NVIDIA equipment because they make graphic cards for people who just don't know. The graphic cards that I use is it's pretty reliable because I use it for editing, and when I was more heavily into gaming, especially on PC, that's usually the route to go. Now they're not the only graphic card company, but I'm not here to talk about video games and specifically graphic cards. Just a direction that this company, Nvidia, which I kind of like, which I do like, but they're not the only ones who's doing this. Now, Nvidia, they just launched a program or a system called Nvidia Ace. Basically, what that's doing is making it where you have more interactive AI generated avatars or characters. Now, being that, I used to play games, I used to be heavily into making your own character. You need to play a basketball game or a wrestling game or a sports game or whatever it is. You could, make your own character where you engage in that world of video games. But that also spills over into more real world concepts where we're automating so much things, and many companies have gone the route of utilizing automated voices, when you call and you just scream representative all the time because you don't want to deal with the automated and sometimes now more AI generated attendant. So, what brought my attention to this, what piqued my interest, what I wanted to talk about this, is that the NVIDIA Ace, like I just mentioned, is a new, more groundbreaking AI technology because what that does is use way more intensive processing power. I mean, there's a lot more processing now because what they're doing is making intuitive AI so that people can interact with it, not just for gaming. Gaming is going to be the first level platform that they use. Next gen gaming was supposed to actually mimic the real world. That's what I will call next gen gaming. If I could actually get up and what they're trying to do with augmented reality to make everything look as real as possible, and you could go engage in any building you want, and the thing is, the AI characters now, they aren't going off of a script because most games and even automated systems that they have now for many companies, they're based off of a script, a pre-written script to interact with people. So that kind of made the interaction dry, and you want that human experience. So this is what NVIDIA Ace and other products that are being developed now are doing. They're basically looking to thoroughly mimic the human experience, but with AI. So it's no longer pre-scripted. They're gonna start generating new things to say and how to adapt to each person they interact with. Now, being that I like science and technology, yes, of course, it sounds fantastic, and it is a great step forward. But at the same time, being that not that long ago we were just worried about Chat GTP, GPT, and other things just like it, OpenAI with the AI generated art, and being people now making resumes, they're making their thesis letters based off of Chat GPT. So what that does now is take the place of actual human input to the fact where I believe that the people who are making this, they can actually take over way more jobs now than they're letting on. So what that does now, people say, well, no, AI and robotics aren't going to take away jobs, and if they do take away jobs, it's going to be low-level jobs. So that means we don't need as much writers. We don't need as much editors. We may have needed at least, two editors, three editors. We only need one, and we may need him like part-time because the computer, the AI, is going to be doing it for them. So when I talk about the NVIDIA Ace and how it makes more intuitive AI-generated avatars, In games is one thing, but then when our companies start to invest in this, no job's going to be here, no job's going to be overseas. All that's going to be taken over by AI. So it's not just low-level jobs. These are people I just mentioned, people who are editors and writers. If anything, those are more white-collar type jobs. And I think of AI taking over things. Guess what? You could think of even to a level of project management, because, or even engineering. Because if they could automate every single thing, they're going to need less and less human interaction. And then what they're doing, we are already pretty much geared up for it, because we have a whole lot of interaction with our devices now. Our faces are in our phones, and a lot of content now is being AI generated. So this is more of a step closer to removing our actual input and value in this real world. The problem with that is now, when I look at the whole bigger picture, where more people and more countries and even states here are looking at universal basic income. If you don't know what that is, in a nutshell, it's just giving you a set of money in your hand for not really doing anything. So now you don't have to worry about getting up to go to a job. You don't have to worry about perfecting your craft, your skill. You want to be a plumber. You want to be an architect. You want to be an IT specialist or manager. It doesn't matter. Once this becomes more widespread, the universal basic income is like, we want to give you money just for being, just so you know you can handle whatever it is that you want to do and whatever it is that you need to do. But then now, when we have AI slowly and surely taking over everything, we're removing the human interaction of this real world that we live in. And since they're looking to take over a lot of jobs that require a lot of thinking power, people who need to concentrate on these things, we don't need you guys anymore. We got the AI to do it. So your innate talents that Yah has given you, that you have to contribute to the world, you can make a living and build yourself up and build others off of, guess what? No, we don't need you guys anymore. So your value that Yah has put inside of you is now gone. It's taken away just like that. So this is a bigger picture that people need to look at. Prepare yourself mentally and spiritually for it. Yes, but this is what they want to do. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm not taking a shot at Nvidia per se, even though yes, they are one of the leading ones going forward into this. But at the same time, you cannot let the world take away your value. Your value comes from Yah, because if you follow this world, look at where it's going. So they take him out of schools, they take him out of workplaces, they take him out of politics, and then now we are in a world we can live and do what we want to do. Once you are in a mindset where you can just do what you want to do, live how you want to live, and you don't really think of Yah, we have a set of people who don't have a real set of proper character. You don't have proper character in a society. We don't have a sense of stewardship to care of the order that's needed to sustain the society, to keep our electric grid running properly, to have plumbers, to have people who need to teach others how to move and to walk and be a better version of themselves. Guess what? Everyone's going to be at home with a basic income that the system can easily control. Oh, you ever heard about the social credit score system that's over in China? Guess what? These people are trying to do that. So once now you can't go and get up and say, I'm going to go do my trade and earn my living, earn my keep. Guess what? No, you stay home and get the money that we give you. If you say something disparaging against the government or a company, oh, we're gonna cut your income in half until you get yourself right. Oh, you can't buy a house, or you can't travel here. That's basically what it is. So it's great for them, something like NVIDIA Ace, to have better gaming experiences. At the same time, I see the bigger picture of where it's going, and I want you guys to understand what it is too. Do not put your value or get your value from this world. Get it from Yah. Prepare yourself spiritually, mentally. You will never lose your value. You will not tie yourself to whatever this company or this government tells you what you should be doing. Anyways, that's all I got. I want you guys to be blessed. You could always catch my content on my website, brooklynbaritone.com. I also have merch there. I have other content there too. You can check it out. Go, give me some traffic. I don't mind. I have stuff for, I think, just about everybody. You could also catch me on my video content on my YouTube platform, Brooklyn Baritone. You could also find me on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. I am also on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok. You can find the podcast format, audio format on Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music under podcasts. I also air on local Brooklyn cable television 4 times a week on Sundays and Tuesdays at 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Verizon, Optimum, RCN, and Spectrum. Thank you guys for listening. I want you guys to be blessed. Just be aware of everything. Don't be scared, no fear. Just be aware. Understand, God loves you. I love you enough to want to share this with you. Anyways, walk good. We'll talk later.